Alrighty then. Let's see here. We are good to go. Oh shit, I forgot to make a tweet. God dang it. Give me a second, guys. I gotta make a tweet. I won't lie. A lot of these live ones, they're just copy and pasted with the appropriate shit. We are going to be doing some fun stuff tonight, though. Playing okay, there's that part. One last chunk to toss onto the tweet there. Ding 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 ding. And tweet. Boom shakalaka. There we go. Alright, we're good. Alright, sorry about that, guys. But howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Flying T-Bar RC. It is time for some Throwbacks Thursday, which we are starting ourselves a new game. It is time for Book 3 in the epic saga that is Golden Sun. Now, this game I've only actually played once, and it was like my freshman year of college, because I honestly didn't know, like I had found out that it was even a thing like 2 weeks before it came out. And it like blew my mind, I remember. So I don't know a lot of the tips and tricks and secret shit, so we might be looking some stuff up just so we can experience the entirety of the game, just like we did with Golden Sun 1 and 2. But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. So, before we get real close into it though, do not forget, folks, make sure y'all go check out my other socials, YouTube and Twitter, at Flying T-Bar-C. YouTube is where I archive things, and Twitter is where I announce stuff like when I'm going live. And what else was there? Oh, what games I'm streaming during what segments, which you guys should totally go check out that if you are wanting to see the new layout for the streaming week, because we are starting a bunch of new games this week. Like, we're diving into the Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC finally, which is all new to me. It's the first time I'm going through that, so that'll be a fun time. Obviously, we're starting Golden Sun Dark Dawn. We're also diving into Mega Man 4 Red Sun. Fantasy Friday and Straturday are staying the same. On Sunday, however, we are going to be starting Octopath Traveler 1. Not my first time playing the game, but I want to play the first one before I play the second one. And yeah, so we're going to have a fun time there. We're also going to do some extra exploring, because I won't lie, I didn't do a whole lot of extra exploring the first time I played that. A lot of side quest shit I didn't do. And then, of course, Modern Monday is going to be Final Fantasy 16, which we started last night on the official release, but Monday will be its permanent slot in the schedule. So yeah, it is going to be a thing. So let's go ahead and get it done here, shall we? Also, this is going to be kind of a funky setup. I might have to change some stuff, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Boop. There we go. Nope. Is name okay? Yes. We are not changing names. Long ago, the ancients of Weyard discovered the secrets of alchemy. They found that all life in Weyard was based on the four elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. They used their knowledge of alchemy to forge a dazzling civilization from the elements, and the ancients made their wildest dreams come true. And then began the nightmare of alchemy. Abuses of alchemy threatened to tear apart their entire civilizations, so the ancients did the unthinkable. They sealed away the power of alchemy so no one could use it. Civilization was saved but the physical world itself began to die a slow death. For the ancients didn't realize that alchemy was what held Weyard together. Without the force of alchemy, lands went barren, seas went dry, and the planet began to crumble, and civilization itself fell into the darkest of ages that came before its final, fatal extinction. The ancients had sealed away alchemy to save civilization, but they had doomed Weyard. But while the oceans churned and life on the continents sank slowly toward oblivion over the eons, a legend was kept alive that held the key of Weyard's survival. If four elemental lighthouses could be ignited, their energy would trigger the Golden Sun event over Weyard. The Golden Sun would unleash the force of alchemy, saving the world. 30 years ago, a group of heroes did save the world with the Golden Sun, but now the shadowy threat is spreading. Camelot presents It has been 30 years since the Golden Sun event over Weyard. The world was saved and changed. 8 heroes took part in the quest to light the elemental lighthouses. 4 of these brave warriors were from the town of Vale. Warriors of Vale, as they are now known throughout Weyard. are praised and blamed for their efforts. They had long lived at the foot of Mount Aleph, home to a people charged with a sacred duty from the ancients. That was to protect Sol Sanctum, where the forbidden keys of the elemental lighthouses were hidden. It was also home to the godlike Wise One who protected Weyard. Vale kept the Sanctum's secrets for generations, ever vigilant against the return of alchemy, but the warriors of Vale were among those who pursued the forbidden return of its power. Because of their courage, the world of Weyard was saved 30 years ago. But while Weyard was saved, the new dawn of alchemy has been anything but bright. For while alchemy brings life, it has also unleashed chaos. When the Golden Sun event happened, raw power exploded from the sky above Mount Aleph. Mount Aleph was largely destroyed by the explosion, and not a trace remains of the peaceful village of Vale. The planet itself is still caught in the violent throes of rebirth, and natural disasters continue to torment the people of Weyard. But the survivors live on, driven to new desperation, and the good people of Vale, though forced to resettle, continue their sacred vigil. They persist in their duty to Sol Sanctum at Mount Aleph, or at least what remains of it. Two survivors live near the crater where Vale once was. The area rocks with eruptions, but they still watch Mount Aleph from the newly upheaved Goma Plateau. There, Isaac and Garrett, two of the warriors of Vale. These men praised and blamed for the dawn of this new day, studied the after effects of the Golden Sun carefully. And from their lookout cabin, Isaac and Garrett also train their children to be powerful warriors. For this world will soon need a new generation to face the darkness of this new dawn. Won't lie, I kinda got shivers. Golden Sun, Dark Dawn. What a relief to have that journey behind us. Let's just drop our backs here, son. You're getting stronger, Matthew. As you explore, you'll discover many new people and places. Tap names to get more details. You can also use L and R to view these special insights. When you look at an entry, it will be added to your personal encyclopedia. You getting stronger, Matthew. That will serve you well, since life in our cabin isn't easy. But that's enough work for now. Let's call it a day. Oh, crap. That wasn't the right button? Ah, shit. Hold on one sec, guys. I have to figure out controls really quick, because obviously I forgot to do that. Control configuration. Oh, right, I forgot Y and X are now a thing. So those are now things that need to be done. Okay. So, alchemy. The force of the four elemental powers, and the study of how they combine to create reality is known as alchemy. The ancients sealed away the force of alchemy, and the wearers of Vale went on their Golden Sun quest to restore alchemy. Golden Sun. This powerful explosion happened above Mount Aleph 30 years ago, releasing elemental energy throughout Weyard. Though the Golden Sun event brought the dying world back to life, the magnitude of the power released has caused disasters. We were the ones who saved our world from destruction by doing so, but the Golden Sun also brought chaos. Our world has been reborn. People are desperate, and they're driven to fight like animals. While civilization is ruled by chaos, the land is rocked by eruptions that explode outward from Mount Aleph. Mount Aleph, this mountain, home to Soul Sanctum, was mostly destroyed when the Golden Sun effect exploded above it. The mountain once stood over the town of Vale, which was obliterated by that cataclysmic event 30 years ago. And there we go. Angara. This continent is in Upper Weyard. It is divided by long mountain ranges that make travel between its regions difficult. The northern side of Angara is cold, while the southern part is very dry. Mount Aleph and the Goma Plateau are in the west. Weyard. The world of Weyard is flat, disc-like planet composed of four elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. The elemental forces of alchemy, once sealed away, have returned to Weyard, bringing new life, but also destruction. All of our continent of Angara, even all of Weyard itself, has changed so violently. I fear I know why. All this chaos comes from the re-emergence of alchemy. The key to understanding alchemy is at Mount Aleph, within that place where it all began, Soul Sanctum. Damn it! I missed the wrong button. Wise One. This absolute being looks like a floating boulder with one central eye. He watches over Weyard and holds unimaginable power. The Wise One is known to be what the ancients called the Philosopher's Stone, a creature they forged through alchemy. I appeal to you, Wise One, who watches over all Weyard. Have mercy on us, or give us some sign of what we must do next to save our world from chaos. God, I did the thing again. Sorry. Okay. Look, wringing our hands and invoking the name of that godlike hunk of rock isn't going to help matters any. We did what we had to do to save Weyard, released alchemy. Now its sheer force is out of control. I know, Garrett. That's why we must learn more about the synergy vortexes. Garrett, this old friend of Isaac's, fought alongside him as a warrior of Vale in the events leading to the Golden Sun phenomenon. He is Tyrell's father and a fire adept like his son. He lives near Mount Aleph, helping Isaac monitor the area. Synergy Vortex. These are distortions in space that suck the elemental energy out of the world and from the depths. They're thought to be an after effect caused by the Golden Sun event. These vortexes have come in the wake of the Golden Sun event, and they are tied to the deadly Morning Moon. Morning Moon. This immense synergy vortex once unleashed unimaginable destruction at the center of Angara. The misery it caused was so widespread it became known as the Morning Moon. Fortunately, our old friend Ivan has made that a whole lot easier by building us the Sword Wing. Ivan, this warrior of Vale, traveled with Isaac during their quest 30 years ago. He now lives in the nearby land of Calais. He and his daughter Karis, the Wind Adepts, he and his daughter Karis are Wind Adepts, descendants of the Animos, an old civilization thought long gone. Swordwing. This remarkable invention allows the wearer to glide upon the wings. Sword wings are hard to make and so are quite rare. Now we can quickly fly in search of synergy vortexes as they pop up around the Vale area. Ha! I got the right button that time. Vale. This village lay at the foot of Mount Aleph until the Golden Sun event, when Aleph exploded, devastating the area. The people of Vale have settled elsewhere, with most making their home around the new Goma Plateau and the Goma Mountains. Most importantly, we can fly over the impassable terrain around Mount Aleph to reach Sol Sanctum. Ha! There we go. Sol Sanctum, this ancient temple hidden in Mount Aleph, was said to be the birthplace of alchemy and the repository of the elemental stars. After the stars were used to start the elemental lighthouses, creating the Golden Sun, the resulting havoc ruined the temple. Wonder if the Wise One is even in Sol Sanctum anymore, given all the eruptions nearby. And again, he's not flesh and blood like us, so maybe all this doesn't even bother him. That's all the more reason we should take swordwing lessons from Karis. Karis, this young Wind Adept, has long known Matthew and Tyrell, often visiting them at their Goma Plateau cabin. Her father, Ivan, was a warrior of Vale. She has inherited her father's indomitable spirits and powers of observation. She's every bit as disciplined as her father, so we couldn't be in better hands. Get off the roof, Tyrell. Tyrell, this young man is a fire adept, following in the footsteps of his father, Garrett. He has a reputation for being a troublemaker, but Matthew is still proud to call him his best friend. I'll be down before anyone knows it, Karis. Don't be stupid, Tyrell. It's slippery up here after last night's storm. You can fall for all I care, but don't break the sword wing. Don't be so uptight, Karis. I've got it under control. Fool of son of mine. Right. Every now and then you can use emotion to communicate what you think. Choose the smiling face to respond in a glad, easygoing way. Gleeful face to show you're feeling very positive, even gutsy. Select the sad face to show that you're feeling glum or troubled. Choose the angry face to respond with irritation. Now, choose one of the faces to show how you feel about what was just said. That fool's son of mine has taken out Ivan's Swordwing. You know what? We're gonna have Matthew be kind of gutsy, adventurous. What? Sticking up for Tyrell? When he's doing that? We've got to get that sword wing from Tyrell before he breaks it. Hey, we got a nerve. What do you think you're doing, Tyrell? Just in time, Matthew. Matthew, this young man is a promising Earth adept, just like his father when he was, this young man is a promising Earth adept, just like his father was when he started his adventures 30 years ago. And just like Isaac, who led the famous Warriors of Vale, Matthew is a person of few words with strong convictions. You're a sensible kid. See if you can't stop that blockhead. Get over there, Matthew. Talk Tyrell down. Okay. You can't be happy-go-lucky at a time like this. Go get him down, Matthew. Don't come any closer, Matthew. I told Karis that I only wanted to take the Swordwing out for a quick spin, but she wouldn't let me. She was concerned for your safety, Tyrell. Flying it without proper instruction is too dangerous. Even a wind adept needs special training to fly a Swordwing. You can't possibly pilot it yet. Come on, how hard can it be? I mean, you just jump into the wind and act like a bird. What? That's bird brain, son. You're going to drop like a rock into the valley below. You're wrong. You just don't have any faith in me, Dad. I'm fed up with people not taking me seriously. He's going to do it. There must be something we can do to stop him. He's beyond reason. Our only chance is to render the Swordwing useless before he takes off. I'm not scared. Not scared at all. If you take off, you won't be able to return here to the plateau. You'll drop toward the forest below. This is great, but wait, I really am dropping lower. Oh, now he gets it. Boop. You don't have the Synergy to maintain altitude, Tyrell. Synergy. Controlling the elements with the mind is known as using Synergy. Those who use Synergy are called Adepts, master over earth, wind, fire, and water. Many effects are possible due to the use of Synergy. But Dad and Isaac have the power to fly it. There we go. Isaac, this Earth Adept left his hometown in Vale over 30 years ago and returned to find it destroyed by the Golden Sun event. He lives in a cabin that looks upon the distant Mount Aleph, where he trains his son Matthew in the use of Synergy. They're extremely skilled Adepts, that's why. Adepts. Those who can use Synergy are known as Adepts. Adepts are the rare descendants of the ancient culture that has long since passed. Wind Adepts are especially rare. But you're not, Karis. You're an apprentice adept just like me. But I'm a wind adept. I'm already used to controlling the wind. Yeah, it's true. I'm dropping lower, spiraling faster. Help! What a disaster. Tyrell won't last long down in the forest. It's too dangerous. Easy now. We'll save him. We never stand by and watch him get hurt. I got it. He can fly over the forest valley and then land at the cave. It's his only shot at surviving. I'd better tell him quickly. Listen, Tyrell. Help me! I'm already too low to make it back up here. Ah, you're right. What can I do? Fly to the far side of the forest. There's a small peak there. I'm falling too fast. I can't get there, Isaac. Hope you're right about this, Isaac. This is no time to doubt yourself. You said you could fly, so fly. Fly to the cave, then take cover. We'll get to you as soon as we can. What? Tough it out. Okay, can do, Matthew. See you there. Just go already. Don't waste another second, Tyrell. You'll all come and find me, I promise. You're my son. I won't leave you to the wolves. Now get going. Fine, I'll head out. But you better come get me or else. He's doing it. He's gone. Oh, Tyrell can really make it to the other side of the forest. Yeah, he'll be fine. You're that confident. Well, positive thinking is just what we need, isn't it? You have to let Matthew and me go with you. I'm worried about my father's sword ring. It's so incredibly difficult to make them. We know how valuable the sword ring is, but... And I feel responsible for Tyrell too. If only he had kept better watch over the sword ring. Nonsense. My son is always acting like a fool. You're not to blame. Here, we should take them along. You can't be serious. They're just kids. I'm dead serious. They're willing to brave the forest below to help Tyrell. They have every reason to just let us take care of us, but they want to help. This is what we've been training our children for, assuming their duty to look after the world. Oh shit! I just realized I've been... Alright. I'm really sorry about that, guys. My bad. Oh, I can't believe I was stuck on the intermission screen. I cannot believe I did that. Well, no offense to the kids, but they're going to slow us down. Tyrell is all alone down there. Tyrell is more resourceful than you give him credit for. He can fend for himself until we reach him. If you say so, Isaac. I'm going to give Tyrell such an earful for taking the sword wing. No fire you've got in you for a wind attack, Karis. Good, you need it out there. Now you both should get a move on if you want to come along. Head inside the cabin. Kira, meet us at the bridge to the east. Gear up quickly. We need to be on our way. Are you ready yet, Matthew? Isaac asked me to give something to you. Matthew got a leather cap. Let me help you put that on. Watch how I look at your items, then how I equip one. To equip yourself with weapons and armor, touch that one. Okay. Now, find the rest of your gear, then equip your weapon and armor. Hurry, we need to rescue Tyrell. One more thing. You should save your progress in the travel log now and then. Watch how I do it. Alright, they give us a little objective thingy now. Isaac says it's important to save frequently, so best that you get in that habit. Isaac would know. Matthew got a short sword. Isaac's diary. It's been 10 years since the last morning moon, so the nightmare is due to return soon. The world must be ready. We must be ready. The morning moon is coming. Okay, so that's the map. That map is going to be super useful. Oh, look, a chest. Hey, got some gloves. Great, you're ready. Let's meet up with Garrett and your father. Do you remember where to meet them? Okay, then lead the way. Head east from the cabin and keep going to the cliffs. Cherish joins your party. Now those two should have no problem making their way down from our plateau by themselves. Follow at a distance. Yes, I get your plan, but this has got me worried. Don't be. It's a great chance to see them in action, as long as they don't get in over their heads. No way, too dangerous. This is a bad plan. They have to learn how to handle themselves. So there's some practice section. My son is in danger. We have to reach him as fast as possible. Remember, my Earth-type powers allow me to feel what's happening in the forest. Tyrell made it to the far side of the woods. He's taken shelter. Fine, you win. So, can I have your word? I'll let them handle their own battles? Well, Garrett, I want an answer. Yes, we're eavesdropping. Don't look so shocked. It's the only way to find out anything around here. Right, Matthew? We've caught everything. They're planning something for us, right? Heck yes, I'm feeling gutsy. What about a confidence? I suppose you think we can trust them no matter what. But we weren't. We're just strategizing, that's all. Decided to let you fight your own battles as we descend from the plateau. Suppose you want an explanation? No. Okay, I'll tell you. I just think this is a great opportunity for you two to prove your skill. Now that you know our big secret, how about we head down into the valley? Onward! Head for the far path. That's the one that takes us toward Tyrell. Go to Plateau. First floor. Hold on, Matthew. Monsters are nearby. I can feel it in my bones. Stay on your guard. You're on your own against the critters in Goma Plateau. Ready for this? Heck yes. You'll be just fine if you use your synergy wisely. Who said anything about using synergy? Slime 1 and 2 up here. Oh, that's right. He's got growth. She's got Willard. Slime's party is down. We've got 4 speedruns, 2 points, how'd you like your first battle, Matthew? Don't forget to exploit your synergy fully during battles. But also know that you can use it. While exploring. Synergy can help you get past obstacles. For instance, you can use synergy to move objects that bar your path. Let's press onward, Matthew. There's no going back now. Alright, this time we're going to check out some synergy. Whirlwind. Right, this button, synergy. Matthew. Move. Hold on. Good thinking, Matthew. I'm surprised Garrett. He didn't think you'd figure it out so easily. I know, Matthew. It's like you've known how to do this for years. Still, I bet Garrett wants to have the last word. You bet I do. Okay, I'm moving a rock like this. Be sure to shove it all the way over the edge. Isaac, you made this test way too easy for them. Maybe, but it's just the first step. It was too simple. Anyone could have figured it out. What's all this about a test? Can you believe this, Matthew? You're both terrible putting that in our way on purpose. Right, Matthew? Gutsy. A little too excited, aren't you? This is only the first test. Okay, shove that rock out of your way. Just in case, let's take a quick look at how to activate synergy. I know how to do this, Garrett. Damn you. Masters certain kinds of synergy often. Assign those to Eleanor. Synergy you currently wield should cover your needs for now. Synergy can be used in a variety of ways, so just keep your eyes open for opportunities to use it. Now you may be worried that you'll run out of synergy points if you use synergy while traveling. Your synergy points will replenish naturally while walking, slowly but surely, so use it whenever you need to. Besides, look over there. The area around Aleph brims with elemental power, which crystallizes in the form of a synergy stone. Synergy stone. This is a synergy-rich material that forms over many years as elemental power slowly crystallizes. Adepts can regain synergy points by touching a stone, which then shatters. Just one touch to restore it are your synergy points. Okay, let's keep pushing ahead. Use synergy to get past obstacles that stand between us and Tyrell. Boop. Matthew, touch this energy stone. Your synergy points are fully restored. The synergy stone is shattered. Good job, Karis. Made it to the bottom of the Goma Plateau. Good work. But we haven't reached Tyrell yet. The cave that Tyrell flew to is still a hike away. I thought we would reach the cave long before it got dark. Now we're in for trouble. Never intended on taking the kids into the Tanglewood. Tanglewood, this forest is said to transform at night, changing into a wood that ensnares those brave or foolish enough to enter it after dark. Well, we've never been in a forest at night. We've never been in a forest at night either. But now we have to find Tyrell, so let's press onward. That onward thing does get annoying. I don't like the looks of this. Yeah, nightfall. Not good. The monsters that come out at dark will be on the prowl. This will make things much more difficult for us. I'd be more worried if I were you, Matthew. This place looks dangerous. Better keep their distance. They wouldn't want to mess with me and you, Isaac. I'm not sure what to do about Matthew and Karis at this point. No, we can't just leave them behind, Isaac. Of course not, but they can't go ahead of us either. Monsters will sense that they're easier prey. Easier prey? Oh no, Matthew, should we be worried? Nah. A little overconfident, aren't you? But I guess it doesn't hurt since your dad and I are here. Well, tough times call for tough measures. We'll lend you some gin. Gin. Or Ginny. Or genie. A genie is a creature of pure elemental energy. Adepts use gin to enhance their own powers and summon spirits. Jinn fall into four elemental categories. Mars, for fire. Mercury, water. Venus, earth. And Jupiter, wind. Only until we find Tyrell, however. We're very attached to our Jinn, of course. You were planning this all along, weren't you? You'll let us borrow some Jinn for a little while? Using Jinn to battle will make us much more powerful. Remember how to use Jinn? Yes. Good. You never be too careful. Jinn offer too many benefits to miss any. We should have one of our Jinn explain things. I'll have Flint explain it to you, just as he did when we first met him at the start of our very first quest. Sup, Flint? Okay, Isaac, you want me to explain how Jinn works? You've got it. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Karis. I'm one of Isaac's Venus Jinn. My name is Flint. I've known Isaac since the day he first left his hometown, Vale. I don't have time for reminiscing, Flint. Please, just a primer on Jinn. Always in such a hurry. Okay then, short and sweet. How to use Jinn. We Jinn are nature spirits. There are 4 types of us: Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. We span the 4 elements. Venus Jinn are from the earth, while Mercury Jinn come from water, and Mars Jinn are from fire, while Jupiter Jinn are based in wind. When you set Jinn on someone, his class may change. In this example, these 2 Jinn make Matthew a brute. And that Jinn holder's stats such as HP and PP may change as well. Changing class can give you new synergy while cutting other synergy. Experiment with classes to access new powers. Each Jinny also has a unique power. Throw a Jinny into battle, and it will help you fight. Now, watch how to do this. Karis is defending Alicia's side. Slime is down. After a Jinn fights, it goes into standby. The class's energies it helps grant are lost until it returns to set status. Distribute your Jinn around the party and experiment with various combinations to see how they benefit each warrior. You can't pile us all on one person. We like to be shared around the whole party, so everyone benefits. As I said, Jinn go into standby after battle. You can also assign this status in the Jinn menu. So why is standby useful? Because standby Jinn can summon powerful spirits into battle. Anyone in your party can draw upon the pool of Jinn currently in standby. Now watch how to summon a spirit. Ooh, we're gonna summon Ramses. We are. Rocket punch. Jinn rest after summoning. When done, they return to set status, restoring any class and stat changes to their holders. Did you understand everything I've said about the benefits of set Jinn and standby Jinn? Yes, I understood it all. That wraps it up then. Thanks for showing us how it's done. Good work, Flint. Okay, let's divvy up the Jinn. Remember what Flint said about dividing them evenly? Yep. Good, because learning how to set your Jinn is crucial. Let's hurry it up. Tyrell is waiting for us. Gather around those crystals. Ready, Matthew? Ready, Karis? That takes care of dividing up all our Jinn. Back when I started out, I only had 1 Jinny. Think you two are ready to borrow 6? Glad you're taking this seriously. Using Jinn properly is important. Isaac, wait. Isn't it time we talked about who should lead us into Tanglewood? I know you said Matthew should lead, but I'm having doubts. I don't think he's ready, not for what's ahead. So, Matthew shouldn't be the leader then? Leading people into battle is never easy, kids. Back in the old days, Isaac and Felix were our leaders. Felix, another one of Vale's Earth Adepts that led a second party that joined up with Isaac's group in the days before the Golden Sun. Felix's sister Jenna and the scholar Creighton were others from Vale in his party. He left his homeland and has not been seen since. And you know your dad has never been the easiest guy to get along with. But he's always managed to set aside our differences. We're a great team, especially in battle. What's on your mind, Isaac? Looks like something caught your eye. Isaac? I said, what's on your mind? I can usually read it like a book. Even if it is a thick book half the time. Yes, thick book. Funny. Now if you're done talking, I've had a thought. About the leader? Who's it going to be? It's not beating around the bush. Say it already. Matthew will continue leading, of course. Just brilliant. We're back where we started. We want Matthew to lead. Garrett, stop. He'll lead, but now we'll help out in battle. My son isn't ready to order around veterans like us. Are you, Matthew? Yes, I am. I could totally do it. I don't think that getting too cocky is going to convince them. Just listen. Garrett and I will only assist you in battle if you really need it. But you'll still have to guide Karis in battle, Matthew. So you mean that we'll jump in only if we think that Matthew and Karis need us? Precisely. Seasoned warriors like us can swoop in fast if things get out of control. Okay. You two should be fine. Of course they will, Garrett. Now let's get moving. You heard him, boss. Onward. Okay, hang on. So he loses Fireball but gains Cure back. Whirlwind and Slash. Synergy. Status, there we go. That's the one I wanted. Move, growth, retreat, and cure. Whirlwind and then Slash. I like how the Jinn are floating around him. Karis, try using a Jinn. Torch. Roast your foes, no matter. Torch roasts your foe, no matter his defenses. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, I can use granite. The effects are so crazy. Oh, hey, Matthew learned quick. Alright, okay, so I can't hit it from that way. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, got another herb. Yep. Yes, I'm doing this for a very specific reason. I want to check out some summons. So summon Tiamat. Oh, we can't do Judgment immediately. Sad day. Unleash Ground. Bramble Seed. What to do? Can't shake the feeling that something's a little off here. Never mind. The forest is just making me jumpy, I guess. Wait. Now I'm sure something is off about this place, Isaac. We're not lost, Garrett. This forest at the foot of the Goma Plateau is just living up to its diabolical reputation. So, the Tanglewood has got us in its grip already, does it? Is that where the Tangle part of its name comes from? Yeah, exactly. And a forest that tries to ensnare you is a place to be feared. But we're warriors of Vale, and we can deal with it. Warriors of Vale, this group of adepts saved the world by unsealing the Force Valkyrie and causing the Golden Sun event 30 years ago. But because that event has also brought mass destruction, the Warriors of Vale are widely seen as a controversial group. Alright, it's well after dark. We're caught in the clutches of the Tanglewood. Sinister gases here, the lack of bright starlight. The Tanglewood is not at its worst. Tanglewood earns its reputation from the way evil energy tangles up reality with corruption. People say that those with pure hearts can see right through all this corruption. This changes everything. The boy is in over his head. You should take over, Isaac. Are you listening to me? This is some game, Isaac. My son is depending on us. What is it with you? Now's not the time to stop and smell the roses. Don't worry. Continue through the forest. Only some of the trees have become corrupted. Are you sure, Isaac? And there is a way to blaze a trail through the corrupted trees. Isaac, I don't like what you're thinking. Yes, we need to use fireball synergy. That's reckless. The woods will catch on fire. Besides, it's impossible for the kids. Simmer down. You only just got this energy to throw a fireball. Oh, whoops. I agree, Garrett. It's impossible to use a fireball to burn these dark trees down. Fireball's energy. This fire-based energy focuses heat into a ball of flame that the user can throw to incinerate a target. See? I told you. We must find a way to burn away the corruption, which seems to be concentrated in these strange roots. So I suppose you want me to give that a try. Throw a fireball, Garrett. Did I hurt you to say please once in a while? Just do it, Garrett. You want me to shoot one, Your Highness? Anywhere. Just use your synergy already. Where should I aim it? There's a good spot. Well, that didn't work. It's too soon to give up. Try another spot, Garrett. He aims one at Karis. No good there either. Keep trying. See, the path ahead is farthest tangled now. I guess you're right. I always am. He's been right about most things for the last 30 years. It's infuriating. So, what did we learn here? The corrupt trees have become possessed by evil energy. Of course, you just couldn't come out and say that up front, could you? That'd be too easy. Thought it'd be better with a fireball or two. The hell is your interest in it, Garrett? The trees are corrupted by negative energy, which goes hand in glove with darkness and extreme cold, which means the negative energy is vulnerable to light and fire. Monsters drawn to this dark, cold place must be vulnerable to light and fire too. Got that? Yep. Great, because you never know when these sorts of insights will prove a matter of life or death. So that's how to blaze a trail through these corrupt trees, eh? Well, some of us have fire at hand. But only the weak spots on the corrupt trees will burn, so let's remember that. You need fire. I'm sure that one of you will be able to learn fireball synergy. But whichever of you it is, you need to keep at least one Marge Gin set. Now let's go. Alright. I'll switch the frickin' gin back around. Summon Simon. Masters summons Simon. Oh God. I forgot how epic all these animations were. Okay, so can't go that way. Fire. And slash. Nice. Cha-ching. Hup. Hup. You know what? This is amazing. Oh, I forgot you can master weapons now. Hey, got an elixir. We'll let the useless items from chests begin. The fact that I just have growth available is wonderful. I don't have to switch a bunch of gin around and all sorts of other crap. At last, the cave. And there's the Soarwing. That's it, alright. So I'm betting Tyrell landed up there and climbed inside. Crashed the Soarwing. It's broken. The wing is totally destroyed. It won't be flying anytime soon. What have you done, Tyrell? It could have been much worse, my friend. You think so? Absolutely. We still have our children alive and well. Tyrell is nearby, Garrett. I'm sure of it. Thank the fates. At least he made it. But we still need to find him quickly. Lead us into the cave, Matthew. Sure. I love how Garrett has like a total dad design going on. Hey! Gotta level up. Oh, of course I can't go that way. That'd make my life too freaking simple now, wouldn't it? Huh. Tyrell, can you hear me? Shout if you can hear us, son. He said he wasn't in danger. Are you sure? Don't panic, Garrett. I can feel his life force. Tyrell is somewhere nearby. It's too dark. We can't see anything. Something isn't quite right here. At one time, this was a Synergy Stone mine. Yeah, we've seen so few crystals. Chalk it up to yet one more odd phenomenon we need to investigate. That is, if we ever find Tyrell. Throw a fireball or two over there, Garrett. Light up this place. Okay, easy enough. Synergy vortex. Yeah, it's just about the biggest synergy vortex we've seen in a while. What's it doing here? I have no idea, but be careful. Few things are as dangerous to adepts as synergy vortexes. I've never seen one up close. The vortex is sucking in there's energy that comes in reach, right? Yes. Let's hurry onward. We need to find Tyrell. Huh? Look, over there. It's Tyrell. Tyrell is passed out. He's lost consciousness because the vortex pulled the synergy out of him. That boy's fearless to a fault. What'd he do? Touch it? What were you thinking? Why would you send a Tyrell to a place with vortexes? Never appeared inside this cave before. Not in all these years. We can bet. Had we known about this, I never would have told my son to come here. Alright, quickly. We must go in armed with knowledge. Vortexes are pure anti-synergy, created by exceptionally dense concentrations of synergy. That must be related to all the synergy stones that have gone missing in this mine. Another theory is that the vortexes, which appear in many places, merely foreshadow something worse. And that's the reappearance of the morning moon, a single vortex of immense magnitude. Either way, the elemental lighthouses that triggered the golden sun are at the heart of the problem. Elemental lighthouses. There are 4 of these towers that sent their beams of elemental energy over Mount Elef to cause the golden sun event. This released the force of alchemy, which had been sealed away by the ancients back into the world of Wayard. So our old friend Creighton believes, as he's a scholar of ancient alchemy, his theory is probably right. Creighton, this old scholar, is one of Wayard's foremost authorities on alchemy, synergy, and ancient cultures. He traveled with the Warriors of Ven, and he now conducts his research with 2 young apprentices. Okay, consider us armed with information. Let's get in there and help Tyrell. Of course, Karis. Well, this theory isn't helping matters. Let's get in there and save him. One of those corrupted plants from the Tanglewood is growing next to the vortex. It's awfully close to Tyrell. Hurry in there and save him with our synergy. Remember, Matthew, if you need to throw a fireball, keep 1 margin set, not on standby. Now let's go. Onward. Oh, right, that can be done at a distance now, I think. Oh, it's mad at us. Tangle Bloom appeared. Cast Fireball. Honestly, I doubt we need to do that. We're just gonna keep blasting him. Okay, guys. We have health now, apparently. Garnishes flesh. I wonder if I need to do that. Nice, we felt the tingle ball. Onward. Tyrell, wake up. Please, Tyrell. Tyrell has been drained of his synergy. Adepts need help recovering from such trauma. And I was having such nice dreams. What, you oaf? Is that the thanks we get? We were worried about you. Worried? Oh yeah, now I remember. I crashed the Soar Wing. The wing broke. It broke? More like you broke it. We were sick with worry, Tyrell. Glad to see me. You're a good friend, Matthew. We're all glad to see you safe, Tyrell. Should be thankful you made it through all of this without serious injury, or it would have delayed the start of your trip. My trip? What trip? We have to get the Soar Wing in working order as soon as possible. You're going to help us fix it. As much as I would like to shelter you, Tyrell, you've just gone too far this time. My father put some very rare resources into building that Soar Wing for Isaac and Garrett. We can make most of the repairs ourselves, but we lack a major material to fix it fully. The rare material comes from the feathers of a very unusual bird. We need a feather from a mountain rock, a mammoth bird that roosts far across the continent. Mountain rock. These gigantic birds are so rarely seen that they are beyond legendary. A single feather can provide enough material to help craft a Soar Wing. Way off at the far side of the country of Morghal, in fact. Morghal. This country occupies the northeastern part of Ankara, with the capital city of Belinsk at the center. Morghal is home to many wonders, from the tree village of Kolyma to the ancient dock facilities of Port Rago. The trip will be difficult, but first we need to get you rested up at the cabin, alright? Okay, secure the Soar Wing. Then let's get back to the cabin. Frickin' Tyrell. What? You're sending Matthew and Tyrell off on their own? I'm shocked, Karis. It's not like you to get so riled up. Look, I want to see my father's Soar Wing fixed just as much as you do. But you need that mountain rock feather, and you were saying how hard it was getting the last one. True enough, we're going to travel through the swollen realm of Bilibin, through Border Town, then to Morgul beyond. Bilibin. Once a small town, Bilibin has grown since the time of the Golden Sun, to the point that it's now a country. While supposedly governed by the McCoy men, it's rumored that the Queen is actually ruling the realm. You know, it's probably a good thing. Ah, shit, I missed it. Our quest for the Mountain Rock Feather was long and hard, given how radically Angara had changed. We need that Sorwing fixed, since Garrett and I have to stay here and monitor Mount Aleph. That only leaves the boys to fetch the feather for us. You know how hard we're working with your father to study the after effects of the Golden Sun. How could I not? We have the busiest parents in Angara. And you also know how vital the Sorwing is to our efforts. Without it, we can't get near Mount Aleph. I can't believe that my own son would risk the Sorwing. It's about time he got straightened out. A tough quest for the feather is just the thing to do it. But Tyrell can't do it alone, so I'm sending Matthew with him. They're practically brothers. Sorry you got dragged into all of this, Matthew. Are you looking forward to setting off for Tyrell? Yep. You'll never forget your first quest, but don't forget to keep an eye on Tyrell, right? Okay? Garrett, we shouldn't delay them any further. The boys need to leave immediately. What, just like that? So soon? Our first quest began just as suddenly, Karis. 30 years ago, we were catapulted into action when we met Kraden. The study of alchemy changed our lives. Good old Kraden. Hey, didn't our friend the alchemist say he would pay us a visit soon? So he did. Isaac? Oh boy, I know that look. You're hatching a plan. Kraden's just the thing. Out with it, Isaac. He's got that far-off look on his face that usually means he's having a good idea. Usually, anyway. Kraden might be willing to help the boys out with this. Yeah, I think the boys would benefit from Kraden's help. Tell me who Kraden is again. I sort of remember this ancient crusty guy visiting the cabin once. Sure, he's old as hills, but have some respect for Kraden. He was that old scholar who helped you all those years ago. Yes, Kraden helped us when we were young warriors, so I'd bet he'd enjoy helping out our children. You sure he's up to the task? Why wouldn't he be? I mean, Kraden is getting up there in years, Isaac. It's been 3 decades since he helped us. Sure, it's been 30 years since the quest ended, but we've hardly aged. I'm sure Kraden's the same. It's the same with my father. He says he looks a smidge older than back then, but not much. Ivan believes that those of us directly exposed to the power of the Golden Sun have aged very little. How weird to know I'll grow older while you adults stay the same. It's like getting left behind. You know what? I want to go on this quest. I'm going with Matthew and Tyrell. Don't be ridiculous, Karis. You don't know the first thing about adventure. Garrett, stop. She's a wind adept, and her powers will help. Settled. The 3 of you will leave immediately. Fess up, Isaac. You had this planned all along, didn't you? Mustn't waste another minute. I'll contact Kraden while you kids pack. Seriously, we're really leaving that soon? Talk about pushing us out of the nest. But we know nothing about going so far away. Where did you say that feather was? Somewhere in Morgul? This isn't a vacation. It's a quest into the unknown. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll find your way. What? You mean you're sending us off to meet your Kraden and giving us no more details? Kraden is a genius when it comes to charting a course into the unknown. You'll be in excellent hands. I think I should arrange to have you all meet at Carver's Camp. That's not so far away. Carver's Camp. This lumberjack camp stands at one end of the valley that leads through the Goma Mountains to Bilibin and the rest of the continent beyond. Creighton recently sent one of his carrier pigeons to the cabin. I'll send it back to him as my request. Why can't we just wait here? Didn't that carrier pigeon bring word he was coming? You can't just send us on our way like this. I mean, it's getting dark outside. He's made up his mind that it's time for you to grow into warriors. He needs your help. Besides, as he gets consumed by concern about what's going on out there, we need that sword wing fixed. If you ask me, it sounds like Isaac needs to fly that sword wing to Sol Sanctum on Mount Elif. The mountain has been erupting for a long time, so there's only one way there, by air. He can't get to Sol Sanctum until the sword wing is fixed. I think he needs to return where their quest began. It must be serious. It's not the kind of place you can just go to for old time's sake. Well, I guess we won't be seeing this place for a while. This will be our first trip away from here. Take a long look. You never know when we'll be back home. I left Vale. I was just 17. My life was never the same. Think you're ready for all this? I'm with Matthew. We're totally ready for an adventure. Well, I know I'm ready to start this quest too, so how about we get going? Yes. Right, let's go get that mountain rock feather. It's like we were fated to go on this quest, so I think we'll be off soon, Garrett. It's good to start a journey and looking forward to the adventure ahead. Now go get ready. I have to laugh how Garrett has apparently turned into a mother hen. Okay, Dad, we're leaving. Alright, Tyrell. Isaac didn't show up to see us off. Matthew would probably be a little sad. We're starting our first adventure. There shouldn't be a time for sadness. Hey, this is between Matthew and his dad, Karis, so we should just stay out of this. Okay, now head for Carver's Camp. Remember, we'll be meeting at the bridge there. Say hello to Creighton for me. Don't do anything reckless out there. I'm in charge, Matthew. It means you have to take care of these two. Leave it up to you, huh? Now you're filling me with confidence, kid. We'll be back with that mountain rock feather before you know it. Dad, we... Hey, come on now, little man. Don't be blubbering. No second thoughts now. Off you go, son. You'll be all grown up when you come back. I bet we won't even recognize you. Now, head to Patcher's Place and dig up more information about your journey. Patcher's Place. This general store serves just about everything refugees from Vale might need to survive. A small settlement is huddled around the store. Patcher's Place is full of fellow refugees from Vale. They'll be good to you. Just keep Tyrell out of Patcher's sight. The guy still has it in for you, son. This Vale refugee has built a large general store and inn for fellow survivors of the building settlement. Though not exactly a man, Patcher is the closest thing to a leader the South Place has. this letter to Kraden, friend. Good luck to you. Whoa, a Ginny right in front of us. What should we do? Catch it, of course. Wait, it's me, Flynn. Your father sent me to look after you, Matthew. We need assistance from Jin if you hope to survive the trip to the mountain rock. Besides, none of you has been on a real adventure before, but I have. So I'm glad to help out. Now let's be on our way, friends. Got a message from your father, Matthew. He says that while you're at Patch's place, be sure to visit the Synergy training grounds. Then make your way to meet Kraden at Carvish Camp. Isaac has already gotten word that Kraden is there, waiting for you by the bridge. Would you like me to repeat all that? No. Well then, off we go. The Venus Jin Flit has joined you and set to Matthew. Flit, this spirit was Isaac's very first Jin. Flynn talks a great deal. It is both knowledgeable and nice, so no one complains. Quake and Earthquake. Whirlwind, Fireball, and Flare. Okay. Let's try Earthquake. Nice. Patcher's Place. Finally, Patcher's Place. I'm always amazed by how many things Patcher packs in here for sale. Yeah, it's amazing. Now get me out of here. That's right. I forgot that Tyrell isn't welcome at Patcher's Place. There we go. Tyrell. This young man is a fire adept, following in the footsteps of his father, yada yada yada. He has lived up to his reputation for being a troublemaker by crashing the sword bank, the event which has propelled the heroes into action. I have a feeling we need to be more on guard when bringing Tyrell here. Don't blame me, I didn't want to come back here. Actually, I'm getting out of here before it's too late. You three over there, I'm Patcher. This is my place. What can I do for you? Hey, you're Isaac's kid. Matthew, right? Yep. Well, Isaac's kid is welcome here anytime. Weren't you and your dad just here yesterday? Weren't you back so soon? Not here with your father. Odd. Where could Isaac be? Hello again, Patcher. Where do I know you from? Is she traveling with you, Matthew? Yep. Really? Wait a minute. I remember who you are. You're Karis, Ivan's daughter. That's right, Patcher. I've been visiting here on business for my father. What a smart kid, just like Isaac said. Uh-oh. Hi there, Patcher. You, Garrett's son, what are you doing back here? Come back to make more trouble? Trouble? Me? Here? That's ancient history. Ancient history? I remember it like it was yesterday. Your stupid synergy nearly burned down my store. I want you out of here. And you others, finish your shopping and be on your way. So that's why he can't stand you, Tyrell. You nearly burned down his store? Wow. Is there anywhere you haven't made a mess of things, Tyrell? What I did here happened forever ago. I didn't mean to do it, but Patcher never, ever forgets. Yelling isn't helping. We need to calm him down. Snap out of it, Tyrell. Ouch. That hurt. I hope that did hurt, Tyrell. It's pretty stupid losing your temper like that. You might have scorched this whole place. I'm sorry, but we adepts aren't supposed to use our powers in public when we're just starting out. It's our responsibility as adepts to make sure we never hurt people. Our fathers are concerned about how people view synergy. We must see it as helpful, not hurtful. Burn your own reputation if you must, but have a care for how that would impact Garrett. Okay, fine. What did he say? I can't hear him. I said I heard you, so just drop it. You're going to hold it in check, Tyrell? No synergy in front of strangers anymore, okay? Now you're just starting to nag. Typical. Just typical. Oh, come on. Don't get insulted now. Okay, no synergy in front of strangers. Can we drop it, please? Consider it dropped. But we do have a problem. I doubt Patrick will give us any helpful information now. What do you think we should do, Matthew? We should take it easy. Good idea. Maybe Patrick will see Tyrell in a new light if we keep him calm. You guys really are looking out for me. I'm not sure I deserve such good friends. Oh, Tyrell. You know we like you just the way you are. He'll come around. That is, if you can keep your fireballs under control. And pretend I didn't hear that. Well then, leader, lead on. Survivors from Vale and their descendants can all use synergy, so it's pretty common around here. But adepts are still rare around Angara. Keep your powers under wraps and attract unwelcome attention. Well, survivors know there are forces against synergy. Want to learn more? Yeah. So you know already? I hope you get a lot out of all your synergy. Might have been a little out of line when I lost my temper. Sorry, Matthew and Karis. Of course, I'm glad to help you gear up for your trip. So, let me walk you through the different kinds of goods I saw. Starting from this side, it's this little home sign. Check in here to stay the night. When you stay at inns, you'll recover all your hit points and synergy points. You are fully refreshed. Next, see the shield sign? That's my armor shop. Always equip the best protective gear you can find to survive the battles ahead of you. When you see the sword sign, that means you're at a weapon shop. Every time you visit a new town, check out what new weapons are available locally. Finally, the herb leaf sign means you're in an item shop. Fledgling heroes should stock up on lots of herbs and other restorative items. Now, in any kind of store, you can also find rare, one-of-a-kind things in the artifact section. If you sell or throw away any such rare weapons, armor, or items, you can always buy them back later on. That's the tour. Do you understand what inns and shops have to offer? Yes. Stand at any stop sign and do business with me. Dun, got some power bread. Looking for some weapons? Artifacts. Sorry, I don't have any rarities now. Come back later. Alright, she can get bows and shit now. Tougher already. How about 30 coins for old wooden stick? And he's almost got it. There, you have enough money for it. Oh, of course I don't have enough money for it. Travel log. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, I see you, you little punk. Hey, look at me. Can you make it up? You need to know. You'll need to know how to make it through training. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. God dang it. Okay, guys, give me just a second. I will be right back. I gotta go use the restroom real quick. Alrighty, I am back. So let's get back into it, shall we? Large Jin Forge joined and set to Karis. Forge, this bolstering spirit is encountered at Patch's place. Forge's blazing flame stirs allies to greater ferocity in battle. Ideas, be sure to pass all 4 areas at the Synergy training grounds. Otherwise, you'll find yourselves coming back before long. The gatekeeper near Compa Ruins will turn you back if you haven't finished the tests. Compa Ruins. These ruins are thought to have been a major center where ancient adepts could share ideas with visitors. Little else is known about this mysterious location, which only came to light after the Golden Sun. These are the Synergy training grounds where you can test your skills while following in the historic footsteps of the Warriors of Vale. Will you take the challenge? We are ready. Time to begin, new Warriors of Vale. Live the legend. Dum, dum, dum. There we go. Oh, it's supposed to be freaking Trek Forest. Congratulations. Okay, so that was Trent Forest, and then Mercury Lighthouse. This area might look like some sort of wacky attraction, but it's no walk in the park. You'll need to solve its puzzles in order to reach the Venus Lighthouse. Venus Lighthouse. This lighthouse provided the earth energy that combined with the other three elements to power the force of alchemy. This tower is in Gondwan and was one of the four that were lit to trigger the Golden Sun event. Okay, so there was that one. That leads to that one. Okay, so that's the way we gotta go. Whee. Whee. Oh, that's right. Got it. Oh, right. This is supposed to be the Kraken from the frickin' what's it called? Haha. That was Saturos and Menardi. The release of power from the first two lighthouses radically altered the landscape for the warriors. So, your greatest hardship would be finding some kind of safe path to the Jupiter Lighthouse. Jupiter Lighthouse. This lighthouse provided the wind energy that combined with the other three elements to power the force of alchemy. This tower is now in western Gondwan's Ateka region, and was one of the four that were lit to trigger the Golden Sun event. Dum, dum, dum. Bomba. Ah, dig it. Come on. Boop. Ah, crap. I would be much faster at this if they would not SOL me. Hut, 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 hut. Nice. Whee. Congratulations. The warriors crossed harsh extremes to reach the first three lighthouses, but the fourth was the harshest of all. You must slog through the snow and ice and get to the Mars lighthouse, and then you must slay a dragon. Mars Lighthouse. This lighthouse provided the fire energy that combined with the other ones. This tower is now in the lands north of Angara and was one of the four that were blah 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 blah. Dum, dum, dum. Nope, never mind. Prove your worth to the incarnation of Mars and ascend the lighthouse. Oh. Maybe? There we go. Really, they had to put this one puzzle of all puzzles into this game? At least placement-wise, it's so much easier to use Synergy. Boop. Oh, wrong button. Oh, huh. An actual fight. Earthquake. Oh shit. That's not cool. Pebble breath. Really, Tyrell, you're out already? There we go. Tyrell, mastered the short sword. Oh, nice, level 5. Starburst. Congratulations. Which chest would you like to open? Matthew got a gate card. You made it through training. Now you can possess the gate card. You need that pass to you need that to pass through the gate to the Copper Ruins. Already completed the basics test here at Synergy Training Grounds, but now you can try a harder challenge. Would you like to continue? Hard stuff now. Very well. You knew Warriors of Vale. Lives the legend. Oh god. I might switch those two command buttons. Nice. All these little animations are gonna be terrible. There we go. Since I gotta run all the way this way anyways, I may as well just do them on the way back. Or actually, I'll do this one first. There we go. Come on. Nice. There we go. Oh god, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Oh no, I will make it with about a minute left. What do you mean not enough PP? Ooh. Tableau, don't scare me like that. Dum, dum, dum. Nope. Oh shit. Okay. Starburst. Venus, Whirlwind, Mars. Nice. Okay. Cha-ching. Sizzle breath. How? Nice. You failed. The enemy dragon. Yes. Got Spire, Fresh Breeze, and Flare Ball. Congratulations. Nice. The water of life. Fresh Breeze, AoE heal. Now that we've got some extra coinage, let's see if we can get some weapons and whatnot. Looking for some weapons. Price is 200. Long circus. No, that'll be it. Then armor. I mean, I probably can't actually buy anything. But honestly, like the shield's the only thing that I could potentially use. Actually, I can buy it, so. Yes, so do paddle gloves. There's so much going on that it is causing the game to drag just a little bit. Actually, probably quite a bit by most people's standards. But for me, it's still playable. Nice. What is this? Carver's Lumberyard. Oh, I see you, you little shit. Pretty sure this is where we're supposed to go, though. Well, not where we're supposed to go. Carver's Lumberyard. Express trip across the Highlands for goodsmen only. Oh, so never mind, I do have to go this way. Oh, descent to defend. Oh, hello. There we go. Fire up a gondola to get it in gear. Just don't fry your bacon if you're actually right. Oh there. Hey, we got a mint. Use. So maximum HP. And then this is speed. Obviously Tyrell, because he is his father's child. Karis, you're gonna be my healing mule. There we go. Okay. Cha-ching. Okay, so I think to get there. That's how we get out. We don't want to get out yet. Nice. Okay, so to get to that, there's that ledge there. Which goes to that ledge there. That and that connect to that by the gondola thing. However, to get onto the gondola thing, is a different story. There is also all of this. Ooh. Themis' axe. Well, that's a freaking item for sore eyes. We just mastered the longsword too, but you know what? It's fine. Yes, we shall equip Themis' axe. Alright, so the real question is, how do I make the thingy go? Watch the wind blossom whirl up when they get hit by a good breeze. So anyone seen a good breeze lately? Carter. This leader of the lumberjack camp is known as Carter. Though an Old Vale refugee, it's unknown whether he always been called that or just knows his job. He never shies away from a task at hand, which sometimes worries his men. Experience the greater doors, climb a tree. not wrong. But and I think I need to get back up there. Let's see if the auto defense still's a thing. Oh nope, it's not. Cool, so I could just be like, aha, everybody attack. Oh, I think I see. Nope, that's not it. Cha-ching. Not bad. There's obviously something here, but it does look like I can potentially come back, so I'm gonna try that instead. Holy shit. Whoa. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid, Adamine. Gremlins running through short stack. So, most of you guys know me, but I'll do the shtick anyways. My name is Flying TRC. I'm a variety streamer. I play all sorts of games, and I stream several times a week. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Yes, Golden Sun. We are playing some Golden Sun Dark Dawn. The emulator is not the greatest, but it is working. It is working. Jimmy, thank you for the care package, essentially. So, first off, because it is my day off, to hydrate, we're going to pop it up again. And then work the kinks out. Oh shit, that was my neck. You know what, Austin? It still tastes good, and it's still hydrating, just not as hydrating. See, Adamine gets it. She totally understands it. So, how did the rest of your stream go, Adamine? See, Phil also gets it. See, these are my people. I used to take 2 shots of rum and fill it with water. That's... I don't know how I feel about that, Jimmy. Unless you're talking about that's how you stole it from your parents, then that's understandable. It was good. We played Fortnite for longer than I expected. I was pretty caffeinated and shaky, so we went right into Lies of P demo. Well, you know what, Jimmy? I went through them poor college days as well. How did you enjoy the Lies of P demo, Adamine? We're slowly but surely getting Adamine to affiliate, but don't tell Adamine. Everyone watched my poor attempt at this game. Austin! I really love the visuals. And there's, yeah, Austin being sus as fuck, as always. I will definitely agree with the steampunk and Victoria aesthetic is really nice. I will agree there. It's not my favorite. Obviously, I'm super into the West. She made me a mod, now she regrets it. Well, I'm pretty sure anybody would regret having you as a mod, Jimmy. And when have you been sus? I don't know. You've been sus several times, Austin. Hold on one sec, guys. Hang in there, son. Yeah, this thing isn't gonna hold me forever. Somebody, please find me a wind adept. Onward. New Whirlwind. We must save a little kid's life. You've been protecting that sussy brother for the whole time. Oh, Lord. That is still gonna make me crack up every time you say that, Jimmy, because that is just hilarious. It is all the call-outs in one thing. Thanks for the lift. I would have been a goner without you. But Dad, what are you going to do? I'll meet you back in Billivan, somehow. What should I tell Mom? She'll be worried sick. You've really... I mean, it took you that long to see that? I mean... I mean, looking up here, hang on. Like, it's the first one that pops up because of Kato. So, if you want to yell at anybody, it's Kato. And then Felgrand, and Jimmy. My brain is mush. Oh yeah, well, I hope you have a good day, Jimmy. Oh wow, Austin. I'm trying to do that killing with kindness, huh? I'm gonna tell you, it's not that effective. So she has to get her steps to see the chat. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yes, and you like I won't hurt you in T-Bar's chat. Adamine, I do not care if you hurt Jimmy in my chat. You have my permission because I love the shenanigans. This is why I have no friends. Don't worry, Jimmy. I understand this feeling. I'm ornery as fuck too. Just tell her that I'm finding some other way back. I'll be fine. Okay, I'll run home as fast as I can and let her know. Jimmy, get your ramen water sleeping gas over here. Oh, I forgot, Jimmy. You are the freaking water ramen. Oh. You broke ass bastard. You do that. You'll make it home through the valley in plenty of time before dark. Well, Austin, all you have to do is go stand on top of the table. Then that will at least delay her. And so then all you do is you just jump on the table, and then when she finally follows you onto the table, you jump back off the table, and then she has to jump off after you, then you jump back up, then she's got to climb back up. Griffey, how are you doing tonight? I thought you were on my side. I am a chaos gremlin. I'm on nobody's side. I just do things to make me laugh. Besides, you love it. Don't even act like you don't love it, Adamine. You don't see true heroism very often these days. You wouldn't happen to be Matthew, would you? We met an old man before the accident who asked if we'd seen a party of young adventurers. Don't worry, Adamine. If you get on my shoulders, we're technically taller than all of them. Oh, jeez. He asked me to give you a message. With the bridge out, you'll need to cross the Guma Mountains a different way. Alright, I'm going to attempt doing a voice. Goma Mountains. This range divides the Vale refugees from the rest of Ankara. Isaac's cabin is on a plateau that is part of the new highlands raised up by the Golden Sun. That's my narrator voice. Beyond that, I'm not super great at voices, though. He's scouting out the alternate route and wants you to meet him there, in the caves below some nearby ruins. He wanted me to point you in the direction of the ruins, down that path just to the south. At least I think that's what the old man said. Okay, goodbye. Maybe I'll see you out east in Billabin someday. I wish we had more nice people there. Like you. I'm sure too. I'm trying to help, but it seems it went south. Well, if I die, Jimmy, wipe my computer. Just kidding. That is the one important thing that everybody must do, is wipe the computer. Look who's here. It's Isaac's son. Come hunting vortexes like your dad, Matthew? Oh, Austin. What you got on there? Oh, please, we all know what he's got on there. It's all the Lyra art. That's what's on there. This vortex is the worst. I've seen it. This vortex is the worst I've seen in a long time. It's torn apart my camp. Ayo. Austin's like, what? Is it bad? The first thing I thought of was a front cloud. You know what? No. No, it is not a bad thing. This is the worst one I've ever seen, Carver. Isaac has warned you about these energy vortexes, right? Yes. What? You've seen another huge one near the Tangled Wood. These vicious suckers are pretty rare. I've never seen a vortex any bigger than a stump before, but this one is a monster. Griffey being like, You brought this one here. Maybe they're following you. You trying to pick a fight? Don't be stupid. Oh, settle down, everyone. No one brings the vortexes. They pop up every 10 years. I guess I do remember this happening 10 years ago, but I was just a kid then. Yes, indeed. And their parents are trying to figure out why this keeps happening. Alright, I'm gonna hop off for the rest of the night and get a snack. Have a great stream, T-Bar. Well, thank you so much for the raid, Adamine, and I may make fun of you, I may give you hell, but I appreciate you a lot. Go enjoy your snack, because you're a short snack. Except you. Poor Jimmy. And if they're getting this big again, then something worse is brewing near Mount Aleph. So the vortexes are plaguing the whole world then. And these holes chugged out synergy, so I bet they're throwing away Art's elemental balance out of whack. So it's coming back. Morning moon? Not necessarily. The morning moon won't emerge if this outbreak of vortexes can be stopped. Fine, I won't mod for you anymore. Oh, yes you will, Jimmy. Don't even try saying that you ain't gonna mod for her anymore. Well, who can stop even one of these things? Hopefully that old alchemist Kraden is looking into it. He swung through here earlier. Kraden, did you say? We were supposed to meet Kraden here. Were you the ones Kraden was meeting with? Because he... Hold on. What's happening now? I feel queasy. We've seen that before. It shrank. Hey, where are you going? Trying to figure out a way past the vortex on the other side? You have to check on the rest of the camp. Maybe the gondolas can get us past it. Then hop to it, man. No vortex is going to get the best of me. This is not going to end well. I'm not so sure about this gondola. What do you think? Any hope for this whole thing? I think this gondola is on its last legs. Are you sure? Yep. I'm very sure. Well, I'm sure now. Good thing that didn't happen while riding it. How about this one then? Not sure. Same thing could happen for all I know. Not sure. What kind of assessment is that? It's shaky. I doubt it'll support anyone's weight for long. Not bad, huh? It might hold together, but just barely. Barely. It's better than nothing. Hang on, Carver. You're not actually going to ride it, are you? It's a little bit of elbow grease and some synergy. Not another one of your crazy schemes, Carver. And you call yourself a lumberjack. Come on, show some gumption. Don't chance it. That thing's too rickety. I'll need a lot of speed. It'll start falling to pieces right after I start riding it. As soon as I get on, you two use grip synergy at the same time to give it a good yank. Grip synergy. This earth-based synergy can grasp faraway objects and bring them close. It can also carry the user across some gaps. Pretty clever. But what if that doesn't do the trick? It will. Grip the machine with everything you've got. But you do know that this will finish off the gondola, right? What other choice do I have? I need to get over to the other side to see how the other side of camp is faring. I know, but it's too reckless. Are you two going to help or not? Fine, I'll help. Me too. If this goes wrong, don't say we didn't warn you. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm in awe of Carver. Of course you would say that. I'm surprised you didn't volunteer for his crazy plan. Watch this, kids. This is about to get real interesting. Alright, man. Get ready. Hurry it up. Grip it. Oh God. Good luck, Carver. I mean, he made it across. Woohoo! I can't believe it. Carver made it across. What's wrong now, Karis? Sure, he made it, but he broke the gondola completely. Now we have no way to get to the only valley that cuts through the Goma Mountains. So once we find Kraden, how will we go to Bilibin and Morgul to get that feather? Are you guys planning to travel to Bilibin on the other side of the mountains? Yes. You can still reach Bilibin. There's another route. The caves under the Kampa ruins go under the Goma Mountains, and then branch in two directions. The caves come up both in the north near Bilibin, and down south in the bottom half of Angara. So if you're that eager to reach Bilibin, I'd find those caves and use the north branch. There's just one problem. A gate bars the way to the ruins. You need a pass to get through. But you can get a pass from the Synergy training grounds at Patcher's place. Good thing you look like a smart bunch of adepts. You'll need your Synergy to make your way through the Kampa ruins into the caves below. Okay, so I've got to go up this way, go around the house. Wrong button. Stoke up the gondola if you want to get going. Yada yada yada. Barely. Oh no you don't. You're just gonna die. Power charge. Not bad. Nice. It's kind of crazy that they give you a party heal so early in this game. Yeah. Get mad at me and now we fight. Spire. Ooh, cast bolt. Starburst. Ooh, Stone Justice. Nicely done. Say we're gonna go a little later since Adamine was so nice to do the raid and all that. Oh. Gust. This fleet spirit is the first encounter with the Goma Highlands Road. Gust, tremendous speed, always gets the jump on the enemy. The Jupiter Ginny. The Jupiter Jin Gust has joined you. It's sent to Karst. Thank you. No, we did all that stuff. Okay, so we're good. There we go. I wonder if this will actually help. Not really. I was hoping it would make my life a little easier. Welcome. We trade in just about everything here, so take your time and look around. Oh, noticed our rarities. What would you like? Magic rod. Duh. Except it's too much. Longsword. Sell the longsword. Longsword. Does 150 coins offer? Yes. Okay, that's all I really need. Artifacts. Magic rod. On Karis. Magic rod is 380 coins. Is that enough? Is that too big right now? Yes. About 225 for the short bow. Sure. There you go. I could give him the battle axe. I think I'd rather do this. No, I think we're good for now. But we will do this as well. Alright. Use growth. Uh-huh, I see. Hey, come on, Matthew. Jump across. You can get that. Aha, here we go. Honestly, this is one of the things I love the most, or that I do like about Dark Dawn, is the fact that Matthew just has growth. So I don't have to deal with all the shenaniganry that is like switching a Jin every time that I want growth. Chill. This spirit of intense cold is found at Kara's camp. Chill's attack renders enemies brittle and vulnerable. Hut 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 hut. Alright, so we have to go this way. What is here? Carver's Lumber Yard. Well, color me intrigued here. Hit, 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 hit. Oops, daisies. Oh, what do we have here? Summon tablet? Matthew can now summon Zagan. Zagan. Summon Zagan. You need the Following Jin, 1 Mars and 1 Venus. Oh. I wonder. I'm gonna jump in this real quick. Could I really have made it through the cave without doing all the jumpy crap? No, I couldn't have. Because this is taking me all the way back across. What do we have here? Doesn't look like anything too crazy. This is just a shortcut, probably. At least until I can potentially have something to break boulders. Should probably do a save. Level 7 Crusader. Wolfkin Club. Cub. Wait. Drone bee. Oh, shit. Hello. Now we'll just... Oh, hey, we felt it. Good. Nicely done. Oh, wow, already learned plasma. That is some good stuff. Mars Jin Fever joined you. Septikaris. Fever. This spirit of dreams and hallucinations is found in Complicate. Fever's power overheats a foe's brain, causing delusional thinking. There we go. Nice. And boom. Bye, my creaky bones. Do I hear visitors? Who's ringing my bell? What business have you here at my gate? Would you please open up? I need to get through. Show me your gate card and then I'll open up for you. Okay, hang on just a second. Go on through. Thank you. Good luck in your travels. Okay. Well, hi there, you little shit. This gate leads to Compa Ruins. You want to pass through? Yes. You've got the card, so I'll open it up. Jump on the tree. Oh no, you don't. Haha. Venus Gin Flower joined you. Oh, whoops, I forgot to read his little entry. Shit. There we go, flower. Flower. This flower spirit is found by the gate to the Compa Ruins. Flower's sweet scent has a refreshing and healing effect. Technically, I don't think I can get any of those ones. Encyclopedia. Animus. Animus. This tribe of Winterdeps is said to have raised its ancient city into the sky, where its underside is still visible as the moon. All modern Winterdeps are thought to be descended from the Animus. Border town and then Carver's camp. Okay. Mars. See, did I miss Mercury Lighthouse somehow? I'd be mad if I did. Okay. Ooh, nice. Learned Volcano. So that means he can have that particular series of synergy. Oh shit, how dare you dodge? Cha-ching. Go monk. Ha 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 ha. That's right. Stay asleep. Nicely done, Karis. Oh, right. We have monsters to worry about. Oh, shit. He's got the thing equipped. And she's got the other thing equipped. Flashpoints. Starburst. So you lose those, lose those. But you know what? That's fine in my opinion. I want her to have Fresh Breeze back. Well, hello there, chest. I need somebody with ice. Okay. Within this place, we celebrate the gift of Synergy and pay homage to the natural world for its rich bounty. The glorious power held within these hallowed halls will be released again when the world once more has need of it. The tablet here reveals a higher truth to decipher its ancient glyphs, fit the four petals of wisdom into their places. second floor of the ruins. Let's try this one first. Okay, can't go that way. Earthquake. Last one. And then flood. Nicely done. Orb moves into place. The power of Earth shall be released, revealing the way forward. Oh, would you look at that? Okay. Boop. Now, what happens if I click this? Oh, it raises that set of stairs. That's handy, I guess. Okay. Let's see here. Alright guys, so I've gone about an hour extra compared to normal, so I want to say thank you all for tuning into the Flying T-Bar-C today. I know she's not here, but super big thank you again to Adamine for the raid, and thank you all, Jimmy and Austin and Gwiffy and all you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Fell Dragon, I know you were here for a while too. Really appreciate you guys' viewership. If you enjoyed the little bit of my stream that you watched, go check me out over at YouTube or at Twitter at Flying T-Bar-C. YouTube is where I archive all my content, and so if you want to catch all my other Golden Sun shenanigans, you need to go check me out over there. Twitter is just the basics. It's where I announce when I'm going live, what I'm playing during what streaming segments, and if I have like emergency stuff happen. And every now and then I do some like normal posting, but it's kind of few and far between. So let's go ahead and find somebody to raid, shall we? I know. We're going to keep that Golden Sun love going, actually. And we are going to raid Cherry Holic. She is currently playing the first Golden Sun, so... Now that raid timer has started, folks. Don't forget, make sure you all enjoy yourselves some good food, some great drinks, even better company. And I'll see you on the flip side. Happy trail, folks.